Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing good today. So today I'm going to show you how to make sleeves. I'm going to show you two ways. One is just the casual method and the other one is a more structured method. This is the bodies I'm trying to make a sleeve for. So the first method, which is the casual method, after sewing the shoulder and the side seam, you measure round the sleeve. I have 18 inches round the sleeve, and just for your information, my arm size is 18, so having 18 here is perfect. So fold your fabric into two like this, then you draw a baseline and then you measure your sleeve length. The sleeve length I want is about 8 inches. Rule a line, and then from this baseline you come down by about 4 to 4.5 inches. If you're on the big side, you can use 4.5 to 5 inches. If you're on the slim side, 4 inches is fine. So I'm going to use 4 inches. Rule a line, come to the pattern fold and come in by about 2 inches. So now from here, you're going to draw like an S shape. Measure what you have. What you have should be half of what you measured. What I measured is 18, so I must have at least 9 inches. This is 9 inches. I'm just going to add ease, make it 9.5. The essence of marking this 2 inch is to let you know when you should start the curve. Now I'm going to redraw the line. So after doing this, you get your arm measurement where the sleeve will stop. Mine is 12. So 12 divided by 2, that is 6. I'm going to mark 6. Let me mark 6.25. I added 0.25 ease allowance. And then I'm going to add 1 inch seam allowance. Here as well, I'll add 1 inch seam allowance. And then you're going to curve this way. You see the part of the ruler I'm using. So don't just draw it straight like this. If you do, you're going to have excess fabric at the top part here. So this way. This is my round arm, which is 12 divided by 2, which is 6. Then I added 0.25. And this part, remember I said if you're on the big side, you can drop it by 4.5 to 5 inches. And if you're on the small side, you can drop it by 4. So I came down by 4 inches. You're going to add allowance. I have 1 inch here, so I'm going to leave it as 1. Okay, you can make it 2 inches. So to cut, fold your allowance underneath this way, and then you cut, and there you go. This is your sleeve. This is just the casual method for me. It's very easy and fast. Now let's do the other method. You fold your fabric into two this way. Draw a baseline. For the length, I want it to be about 9 inches plus 2 inch allowance. That's 11. So for this method, you're going to need to calculate your cap height, and also you need your basic bodice pattern. To calculate the cap height, that is your bust divided by 12 plus 0.5 inches. My bust is 36 inches divided by 12, that is 3 inches, plus 0.5, that is 3.5 inches. So I am going to measure 3.5 inches downward. After that, I am going to get my basic bodice pattern, and then I'll measure from here, the slope, down to the chest line. What I have is 8 inches. But then, at the time you were drafting your pattern, if you added any ease allowance to your bust measurement, you're going to add it to what you get. So I added 0.25 inch, right? So 0.25 inch plus 8 inches, that is 8.25. But I'm going to add an extra 0.25 inch. That is 9 inches. So from here, I'm going to find a point that is going to give me 9 inches, touching the baseline and the cap height line. So I have this. Now I am going to draw the line. Find the midpoint of this line. That is 4.5. At this 4.5, I'll go up by half an inch. Then I am going to connect this way. Then I'll link here to here. So this is going to be my back armhole line. For the front armhole line, you know that the front pattern is usually deeper. As you can see from here, this is the front armhole. You know we go inward when we are drafting. So instead of going up here, I'm just going to connect this baseline to here. And then I'll turn my French cuff this way and I'll connect it. So here you go. For my round arm measurement, my round arm is 12. So I'm going to mark half of that, which is 6. And then I'll add extra 0.5 inch. Then I'm going to connect here to here. When you're connecting, like I said earlier, don't just use your ruler to connect. You use your curve to connect. So this is for short sleeve. If you're making for a long sleeve or for a 3/4 sleeve, you measure down. For example, from my shoulder to my elbow is around 13 inches. So I'm going to mark 13 inches downward, okay, which is up to here. And if it is for long sleeve as well, you measure what you have. I think mine is about 23. You measure 23 inches downward, okay. And then when you get to the elbow line, you're going to measure around your elbow, divided by 2, add 0.5 inch. You measure it. For the long sleeve, to measure your round wrist, don't measure here, except you're going to make a cuff like a shirt sleeve. But if you're not going to add a fastener at this side, this is where you should measure for the wrist. This is because the sleeve has to be able to go in and out with ease, okay. So you measure here. What I have is 9.5 inches. So it is this 9.5 inches that I'll use for the long sleeve circumference. And then you draw your line straight down, okay. So that is it. Now I am done. I'm just going to add seam allowance, 1 inch. For the hem allowance, you're going to fold it underneath before you start to cut. So now here, I am going to cut on the back sleeve first, which is this brown line. Then I'm going to open it up. So this will be for the back sleeve and this will be for the front, okay. Then I'm going to cut on the grain line now. So this is it. And then just to be sure, I'm going to measure around what I have, like this. I must have 18 inches. Exactly 18, which is what I measured on this sleeve. Okay, so that is it. These are the 2 ways that I make sleeves. Like I said, this one is just the casual method. I use them for very free dresses, and then I use this for more serious projects. So whichever one you use, you're going to get about the same results, and it's not going to make much of a difference. All right. Thank you very much for watching this tutorial. If it was helpful, please let me know. Like, share, and please subscribe. Till we see again next time, please take care of yourself. Bye.